let's talk about the front page of The Sun this morning, and that is this. And it's actually a much bigger story than just Tom Cruise, but they've decided to go on this angle of it. Mission Impossible. And that's because apparently Tom Cruise, filming is taking place this weekend of his new Mission Impossible movie, which must be the 123rd movie in the series.
The first one was good.
Movies. And apparently Tom Cruise will be using his chopper to get people from...
So bad. You're so bad.
You're such a smutty man.
I'm talking about a mode of air transport. I don't know what.
It's us that's smutty.
I don't know what gutter.
Renee, it's us.
I don't know what gutter mind you two are in. Mission Impossible. He's using helicopters to get people to the studios because of this M25 closure. And actually, on some of the news channels, it is the top story because this is the busiest motorway in the United Kingdom, and they are closing it. It's quite a few junctions they're closing, isn't it?
Well, it's right by me. It is right by me. I am probably 4 minutes from there.
And so did you have to go a different route today to get in, or would you not normally use that to get here?
No, because I'm on the rat run. I live on the rat run, so it's going to be absolutely chaotic. But actually, it's not. Because last night I was going over and I thought, oh, it's going to be absolute chaos, especially Friday as well. Mind you, Thursday's a new Friday, isn't it? So it tends to be worse on a Thursday. But it wasn't. But they will deem it a huge success because nobody is going to be going out because it is going to be absolute, complete chaos. But the bigger story is, and it is a bigger story than this, they have chopped down thousands and thousands of trees. The natural habitat has been lost. The birds, there's rare species there. In any case, they're putting one extra lane at a cost of, I think, 157 billion. Might be, I can't remember exactly, but it's thereabouts. It's a huge amount anyway. And people have actually said, not being, negative about this whole thing, because of course sometimes these motorways and roads have to be done, underpasses. Sometimes they are beneficial, but they're saying it's not going to actually make any difference at all. It's supposed to cut off extra time. I think they were sort of saying something like
it's a 5-mile stretch between junctions 10 and 11. What's quite staggering. And
it's
I
huge.
hadn't realised
and it's
that.
so bad anyway.
Isn't that down near Gatwick?
It's on the way to Gatwick. It's kind of a twist in between, really.
A 5-mile stretch, but it is actually the first time
ever
since 1986 when it opened. I mean, I remember when the M25 opened, even though I was only born that year. A 5-mile stretch there in 25, and it's the first time it's been closed since 1986 in daytime. And it's this 5-mile stretch. It closed last night at 9 o'clock and it will remain inaccessible till 6 a.m. on Monday. You know what this also tells me? Because they're changing a bridge and they're putting a new gantry in.
They're demolishing a bridge.
Which
is the reason why they're closing it, fully closing it both ways.
So you've got to have 200,000 motorists taking an 11.5-mile diversion around Paynes Hill, Byfleet, West Byfleet and the eastern side of Woking, and
the impact, the ripple effect will be horrendous. But I think that's what it is. People will not go out. And the minister said, we'll stay at home and decorate your bathroom. Well, I'm going to do my gutters.
Well, you know what else? Well, you're going to get up a ladder. Well, you know what else will happen as well? Then everyone will say, oh, look, oh, my God, we closed it. We don't need the M25. We don't need it anymore. Let's close more of it.
What I think was quite funny is they told people not to use Waze. Because, Waze takes you round, so they didn't want locals, obviously, and I understand, Ingrid, being disruptive. But if I was going that way, there is no way on earth I would not use Waze.
And follow an 11.5-mile diversion.
Oh, and quite apart from the diversions, what makes it worse is my lane is blocked because it's flooded. So that would be one of the routes they have to go down. And then if you just do a little diversion up the other way, that little bit is closed because they're mending potholes. One of the ones wrote off my car, by the way.
So I mean, there is no joined up thinking. So one of the diversion routes they've already closed because of potholes. Amazing.
Yeah, and flooding the other one. Which
you think they could get the blokes who are building the extra lane to just pop over and fill the potholes, wouldn't they?
Yeah. Well, I don't think they're doing the extra lane this weekend. This weekend is the bridge demolition.
This is the bridge demolition. Yeah.
There's no way they could add an extra lane in this country.
China
they'd have a whole motorway built during this time. But
exactly.
in this country, we'd be talking about it.
And places like that.
I just remind you, there have been somewhere in the region, I think, of about 22 different plans, maybe even more, for an extension of the Bakerloo line, which has been spoken about for the last 100 years. And there have been, and we have been talking about the HS2 and a third runway at Heathrow we've been talking about since 1946. And none of those things have happened. So I'd be amazed if they even get this bridge demolished in that time with them all.
The other ones are slightly different because they were opposed. They didn't get the permission, did they?
Well, yes, but they should have done. Just get in the bulldozers, flatten those villages, build that runway.
Oh,
that's what I say.
Oh gosh, wait for this. It'll be steamy when you open up your.
Agree.